Hello, everyone. Welcome to Finding Solutions Technology. Today, we're going to be covering a few different things: objects, inheritance, parent child relationships, and then exactly the blueprint of a class and how that class later becomes an object. All right, so basically, we have two classes here: dog class and Michi. Michi is our example of a dog, specific dog, and then dog class is the blueprint of some of the things a dog would have as far as characteristics, so behaviors and then states. So in a basic class, you want to have, the basic characteristics that when instantiated or extended, that specific object can take reference to those characteristics and abilities. So for example, we have color, height, weight, number of teeth, strength, muscle, number of legs, number of eyes, speed, and then we have some flags here. It's tired, it's sleepy. So I would like to consider these some of the characteristics and abilities that a typical dog would have, and then dogs can drink, say splash water, eat, run, play, bark, wag tail, attack, defend, and then they can be tired, they could be sleepy, they have actions, for example, running, they have different abilities here, right? So, what we're going to do is have this as the parent class, and then we're going to have our child class extend the parent class. Now, whenever you use the extends keyword, you're referencing the parent, which means you have the ability to access the characteristics and abilities of that parent. So, for example, whenever I say dog class and then Michi equals new dog class, this new keyword here, I'm creating an object which is referencing the abilities, right? So essentially, what I could do is say Michi dot, and then now I have access to tag, bark, color, defend, drink, eat. These are is sleepy, etc. Right? So these are the abilities that a dog can do, but specific to the Michi object. So, for example, I could create another class and extend the parent of dog class, and then that specific animal would have the ability to defend, attack, etc. But you can create unique abilities for that specific class. So let's go ahead and say bark, right? And then since we have a private static string name as max, what this allows us to do is say, okay, only this class can access or and see the name Michi. I'm sorry, Max. Let's just say Michi for consistency, right? So I'll just copy that and let's just say Michi. So now that we go back to the other class, you'll see that we have um, public methods here, just system out print line, so you can see how methods interact with each other in inheritance. But in short, we have a string name here, so this method will take a name of the class that is calling it. So, for example, you'll say drink, right? So when we call drink, it'll give us the ability to enter the name. It's looking for a name parameter. And then from that class that's calling it, it'll reference that specific name for that class. So it should say Michi is drinking water, Michi is splashing water, Michi is eating dog food, etc., etc. Right? So this is the blueprint again, basic characteristics, and then which is states and then behaviors of a dog, and then when you call it, it'll carry out those actions. So the reason these have a compile error here is because it's expecting argument. It's an empty parameter. So if we put name in each of these parameters here, you'll see that the error goes away because the argument is entered and it's a valid type. So another thing, when you go here, you'll see string, and these are the data types, Boolean. So string here, right? Which means this type has to be a string value that you enter into it. So I couldn't go to this parameter and put in an integer, right? Or I couldn't put in a decimal, right? Or I couldn't put in a Boolean value, right? Because it's expecting a string parameter. See? So we go ahead and put a string, and as you can see, this is a string value here, Michi. So just some observations for you guys. So again, extends works with when you want to have another class take on or inherit the properties, the values from a parent class. So classes can extend other classes, right? So let's just go ahead and save this and run it, and you should see that Michi will be carrying out the action of barking, defending, attacking, drinking, eating, playing, running, splashing water, and wagging his tail. So let's go ahead and click that. And as you can see here, Michi is performing all of these actions. However, they were defined in another class, a parent class. And this is the child class or subclass here. There's different names, but they mean the same thing essentially.